to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr with Doris Burke on our sideline. The Clippers hoping to give a strong showing here for their home crowd. It was a victory here for the home team last time these guys met. They've got a nice head start on this season series, up 2 games tonight.
And, you know, when you shoot and score like they did in that one, Kevin, it covers up a lot of mistakes that you make in other areas.
And early on, Steve, they got hot as a team, and it pretty much lasted the duration of the game.
And checking out Oklahoma City's opening lineup courtesy of our friends at State Farm. The front line, Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins. Martin is out there with Russell Westbrook. And for the Clippers, Chris Paul is out there with Crawford. Then there's Griffin. Then there's Harrison Barnes. And it's Randolph in at the 4 spot. Tip-off goes to the Clippers. Paul outside. Kicks to Crawford. Crawford gets a screen from Barnes. Crawford kicks to Paul. He feeds it to Randolph. Griffin sets the screen for Randolph. 5 to shoot. Fires at the elbow. Good as the jump shot falls. Paul's got the opening basket of the game for the Clippers.
I just got to say this. I mean, the Thunder fans have really been spoiled since the team moved to Oklahoma City. 4 years in, and they've made the playoffs in all but the first season.
Now here's Paul. Right now averaging 7 points a game. There's Crawford with the 3. Kevin Durant with the rebound. Picked by Griffin. Martin again. And that does. On tap this Saturday, Al Jefferson and the Utah Jazz take on Carmelo Anthony and the New York Knicks. You don't want to miss it. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
And I'm just so impressed with the long-range shooting. They have really lit it up from outside.
Yeah, the sharp shooting from deep, a big part of their lead, and they're playing with confidence and shooting it well.
So with Westbrook on the bench, this is who Scott Brooks has out there. They've got Cephalosha. Perkins is out there with Perry Jones. Then it's Jeremy Lamb, and it's Maynard in at the point.
And with the Thunder, this is Scott Brooks' first head coaching opportunity, and there's no question he's made the most of it. He was Coach of the Year back in 2010, and that team has so much stability as an organization, but also as a coaching staff and as a roster. They seem to be getting better and better every year.
Thunder trailing by 10. And there's the pass to Lamb. Yes, and a nice assist from Maynard. Lamb's got his first 2 points.
You know, Kevin, they were a step late on their defensive rotation, and that helped them get right to the rim.
And for Coach Brooks, you really have to appreciate, Steve, the way he's gotten all the players to buy into being unselfish, that defensive first mentality.
Yeah, no question. And give the general manager credit, too, for putting together a group of guys who are high character and who already have that gene in them to really want the team to do well. Led, of course, by Kevin Durant, the superstar who is also the backbone of this club, Russell Westbrook as well. But Brooks deserves a lot of credit. He's put this together, and he's made it work, and really a nice situation in Oklahoma City.
Fredette dishes to Williams. Pocket 6. He passes it to Blair. Dunked hard with one hand.
And you really don't want to give up too many dunks like that. One is too many.
Oh, yeah, no. Certainly you're right. You know, that's making it way too easy for sure.
Yeah, major breakdown defensively. They've got to tighten things up here.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Well, you think about what Chris Paul meant to the Clippers, guys, not just on the floor, and that's pretty obvious. He's one of the best point guards in the league, if not the best. But it had more to do with the identity of the team. I think people took them seriously after that deal. And in fact, you know, in LA, there was a budding rivalry between the Clippers and the Lakers for, you know, who was the city's best team. And that had never been a question before.
Here's what the Clippers are going with right now. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Blair. Lopez comes in for Anthony Randolph. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Ryan Anderson. And it's Paul in for Jimmy Fredette. For so long, Steve, you know, it seemed that the Clippers were always the second fiddle, but with Chris Paul ending up there and not in a Laker uniform, it just changed the whole mindset, Clark, it seems, of the franchise.
And if you've had the tough breaks that the Clippers have had over the years, you know, one big moment or big player acquisition like a Chris Paul can really move your franchise in a totally different direction.
And here we can check out the story on Chris Paul. How last month turned out for him. first in assists, and with his great defensive awareness and anticipation, he's the #1 player in the league in steals per game.
And you know, you threw his #1 assist ranking out there, Steve, and what's really impressive is that not only is he creative, but he's a willing passer. The guy wants to give it up, and he really makes it easy for his teammates to score because he's so good at giving them the ball in ideal position.
Back to Westbrook. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Martin from outside. Clippers leading by 12.
Well, what you love about Kevin Martin is just the efficiency offensively. He makes a lot of three-pointers, and he gets to the line at will. He's quick, and he develops angles on his drives where he draws a lot of contact, forcing the officials to call fouls.
And a new group in here for the Thunder. Kendrick Perkins, he's checked in for Orton. Cephalosha comes in for Serge Ibaka. DeAndre Liggins, he's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And Durant gets it to go. And going back to what you said about Kevin Martin, Steve, 2 seasons ago, he was 3rd in the league in three-pointers made. And Clark, he was 1st in the league in free throws made. What in the world's happened to this guy?
Yeah, that's the most unusual combination you'll see statistically, I think, Kevin. You don't get fouled much when you're shooting from the outside, but he has a tremendous knack when he's healthy and at his best for getting into the paint and drawing fouls, too.
And Kevin Durant with the slam.
My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business, for sure. You're right.
Such an imposing finisher around the rim. Intimidating to the defense, really.
And the Clippers call time here. A different look for the Clippers. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Randolph comes in for Robin Lopez. And it's Barnes in for Lou Williams. Then for the Thunder, Jones checked in for Cephalosha. Lamb comes in for DeAndre Liggins. And it's Maynard in for Reggie Jackson. The drive by Paul. Griffin. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And the Clippers lead by 10.
Carving them up inside there, Kevin. I mean, the defense has been vulnerable in there.
Yeah, that's 3 straight field goals in the paint area. That's really good offense.
And it's Perkins with the jam.
2 hands for safety, 1 hand if you want major elevation.
That's right. That's right.
You know you can get up higher with 1 hand. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
It really is true. I mean, you can extend better with 1.
Well, whatever he did, whatever it was, it definitely worked, Clark.
Barnes against Durant. With 1 on the clock. Another shot. And Griffin with the layup. Griffin's got 4 this quarter.
He has such a great feel for how a missed shot is going to come off the rim. Really plays those angles well. That's exactly why he consistently beats defenders to the ball.
That free throw good from Griffin. Just 4 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And so we conclude the first half. Clippers lead by 11. We'll see you back here after the break for 3rd quarter basketball.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Hi, everyone. Damon Bruce here on 2K Sports, the late season edition. Welcome. In Los Angeles, the Clippers are out ahead against the Thunder. They've been playing very well lately, and it's carrying over into tonight's game. We've watched Jamal Crawford pretty much do whatever he wants tonight against Oklahoma City. He's got 14 points, and it's been bombs away from outside. And for the Thunder, it's been all hustle. They're an up-tempo team, and the ponies are running. The advantage in fast break points is obvious. No surprise here. A nice first half turned in by Kevin Durant. After 2, he's got 10 points, and look at the work he's been putting on the floor in terms of field goal percentage. He is taking quality shot after quality shot. Let's check out what's on tap around the league. The Lakers are playing at Staples Center as they go up against the Hawks. That matchup should be a fun one to watch. That one tips off at 6:30 Eastern. And one game also on the docket, the Charlotte Bobcats.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. You look at Jamal Crawford in this game, I mean, he's been everywhere.
Well, we know he can score, so it's not really a huge shock to see him put up these kind of big numbers.
And I would think that he most likely will continue to carry on this kind of play into the fourth.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Setting the floor for the Clippers. Harrison Barnes is out there with Randolph. And it's Crawford. Then there's Griffin. And it's Paul in at the point. On the wing, Jamal Crawford. Lets it go with the 3. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Here's Martin. Rebound by the Clippers.
And I think Chris Paul, guys, is a very underrated defensive player. Great fundamentals, stays in front of his man. Doesn't get out and pressure full court because he expends so much energy offensively. But in the half court, he understands angles and really plays the ball well.
Shot clock at 5. Jumper off the screen. No good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. They'll face the Lakers after this one. That'll be at home. That game is the first and last of their homestand.
Man, you know the fans out in L.A. really hoping for a win in that one.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
Steve, you mentioned Chris Paul's defense. He's actually led the league in steals 5 times in his career. I didn't know that. And he gets those steals without gambling or putting himself out of position.
Well, he's quick, he's aggressive, he's smart, and he has a unique gift of anticipation. And that allows him to do what he does in terms of coming up with pilfers.
And they get one to go now after missing their first 3 shots. Maybe this will kick them into gear.
The dish to Crawford. Back to Paul. He kicks to Barnes. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And the Clippers lead by 14.
And with him, as long as he finds just a little bit of space for himself, he has a deadly accurate jump shot.
Steve, definitely one of the better weapons they have, and you know better than most that quality outside shooting is essential to a team's success, no matter how strong you are inside.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Harrison Barnes at 6'8", 220 pounds, comes in with good size at the small forward position. And I thought it was disappointing that he didn't turn into more of a playmaker at North Carolina, more of a multi-dimensional offensive weapon, but he really became more of a jump shooter and a scorer as a Tar Heel.
A platoon swap here for the Clippers. And then for Oklahoma City, Daniel Orton. He's checked in for Perkins. And it's Lamb in there for Kevin Martin. Williams with the ball, averaging 8 points a game.
Boy, they ran a nice play there, Kevin. Set up the easy dunk.
Yeah, he got help from his teammate and ran his man right straight into the pit.
Yep, and that's the offensive player's job. Run him into the screen.
And it was a great pick, too, Clark. I mean, he may have lowered his shoulder a little bit, but he got him pretty clean.
Going back to Harrison Barnes, had that kind of impact. Many expected for him early. He'll have to continue to, Clark, round out his game. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he will, Kevin, because he's got size. He's a hard worker, serious about his game, wants to be good. He can shoot it. He's got to tighten up his ball handling, but if he does that, I think he's going to be fine.
Here's Fredette. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. And here are the teams that have been on fire from the three-point line ever since the All-Star break. The Thunder in 4th.
This team seems to have gotten better shooting the ball as the season has gone on. I just think they're in a great offensive groove right now.
For the Thunder, Jones checked in for Durant. Cephalosha comes in for DeAndre Liggins. And Russell Westbrook is subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Dishes it to Jones.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, what a huge play.
You know, that's something he's capable of every trip down.
And it's just impossible to get tired of.
Yeah, there's always this.
This excitement, this aura that surrounds him, guys, and the crowd senses it.
The Sprite replay really gave you a good look at the action. Williams up on top, covered by Martin. Jordan with the screen on Martin. Williams passes to Blair.
Here we can get a look at Oklahoma City, Kevin, and what kind of numbers they put up these last 10 games. Second in three-point field goal percentage. Third in blocks. And they're in the top 10 in rebounds. This is a team that does a good job getting on the glass.
And Clark, you know I love the long ball. The way they've been shooting that three-point line is really fun to watch. I mean, they're spreading the floor, they're sharing the ball, and they're moving the ball inside and out. You get that inside-out game going, and it's much easier to get open looks from the three-point line. That's all the space he needs, guys. He'll make you pay every time if you give him that shot.
Outside Williams. Feeds it to Anderson. Fires from deep. Kendrick Perkins pulls it in. Perkins got his 4th rebound in this one. Maynard, he's guarded by Williams. Offensive rebound. Outside for Durant. And the 3 off target.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
Williams against Martin. He dishes it to Anderson. Jordan with a screen on Perkins. The drop step. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got 4 points in the quarter. Thunder trailing by 13. Maynard kicks to Westbrook. Westbrook gets a screen from Perkins. Westbrook dishes to Martin. Durant over Blair. And Durant gets it to go. The assist from Kevin Martin. 14 points for Kevin Durant.
He's been producing all night. It's up to the rest of his team to start kicking in a little bit.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Kevin Durant, how about calling him low maintenance, no maintenance superstar? A great teammate, but he's no choir boy. I mean, there's a definite edge to his game, and you like that. A real neat combination of edge, confidence, and humility. And you see it when he plays. He's going after you now. He wants to choke you off if he can.
Great leader, too, for that team. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Eric Maynard. Randolph sets a screen for Crawford. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
Just adds to what has already been a great day for him.
Now the feed to Martin. Durant with a screen on Crawford. Martin kicks to Durant. With 1 on the clock. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And here at the end of the 3rd quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. The Clippers on top. They lead by 14. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The 4th quarter is coming up next.
It's crunch time in the NBA season. Lou Aldang and the Chicago Bulls go up against the San Antonio Spurs. Wednesday night basketball. Don't miss it.
As the 4th quarter gets rolling here, let's check out our Sprite uncontainable game. Let's go to Doris Burke. Hi, Doris.
Kev, we've seen an uncontainable game from Jamal Crawford. He's used to being the primary scorer for his team, and with the way he has played here, you can see why. We'll see if he has enough left in the tank to come out strong in the 4th.
Doris thanks. His first 3 quarters have been outstanding.
But he's put so much energy in those first 3 quarters, Kevin. You wonder, does he have anything left in the tank to keep it going in the 4th?
You know what, Steve? I'd be surprised if there's any drop-off here. As hot as he's been, he should be able to just ride that wave of momentum and adrenaline for as long as he needs to.
Clark, you were just talking about Durant, the edginess underneath. You think about the tattoos he has all underneath his jersey. Kept tucked away, Steve, not really in the sight of cameras and the fans, but the kid's got some grit, I think.
Oh, he's got grit. There's no question. I mean, if you had to design a basketball player, I think Kevin Durant would be pretty much what you'd come up with. The length, the skill, but also the humility and the competitiveness. He's got the whole package, and that's why he has Oklahoma City knocking on the door of a championship.
So with Westbrook on the bench, this is who Scott Brooks has out there. Kevin Durant, Serge Ibaka, and Kendrick Perkins, their front court trio. Reggie Jackson out there with Jeremy Lamb. Here's Perkins. The Clippers grab the miss. Griffin's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
And that rebound pushes their margin to +5 on the boards. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead. It shouldn't be overlooked. I mean, rebounding is a huge part of this game.
Robin Lopez is checked in for the Clippers. Williams comes in for Blake Griffin. Kevin Martin, he's checked in for the Thunder. Westbrook comes in for Reggie Jackson. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Hi, guys. I had a chance to find out what Scott Brooks was discussing with his players. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Paul outside. Gives him the lead pass. Crawford outside. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
He's absolutely killing it from outside.
Westbrook against Paul. No good from Durant.
That's kind of a shocker. The defense was there, but it wasn't right in his face. Kind of out of character for him to miss those.
Passes it to Barnes. Kicks it to Lopez. Crawford up top. Over Westbrook. Crawford, no luck.
And no defender was around him to influence that shot. It didn't hurt them there, but, you know, they can't make that mistake twice.
Huge shot on the way. They get it again. And Ibaka slams it in.
Well, he brings a lot to the table, Kevin, that's for sure. And what I look to really is his pursuit of the ball. I mean, he gets you so many second chance opportunities because he anticipates so well, and he plays with a kind of a fearless aggressiveness.
And I just think his overall defensive presence is so valuable to this team. He's a great communicator and help defender, and that's important. Went for the two-hand throw down there, needed safety and power.
That's how you do it.
Yep.
No, nothing fancy, but he finished with force.
Special thanks to Sprite for that sweet replay. And it's the Clippers with the ball. At one point, they led by 16. Paul gets a screen from Williams. Crawford outside. Beyond the arc. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. That's 28 points for Crawford.
Way too much time and space on that three. He'll make that one all the time.
Well, it's a warm-up jumper, Steve, the kind that you can knock down still to this day. And you're one of the best all-time three-pointers we've had in the NBA. But you've got to at least run at a guy and try to challenge and distract his shot.
A three ball. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
They're looking good here, adding to this lead.
Yeah, you know, time winding down here, the score and the clock clearly in their favor.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside.
From downtown, that's good. Crawford's got 34 points.
Yeah, this is a done deal here. They've pretty much finished this team off.
Yep, we can put this one in the books. Too much to overcome now.
Durant just inside the line. Misses the jumper.
Another board for them, and they've got a huge advantage in that regard.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise. I mean, rebounding one of the true barometers in winning basketball games. And if you rebound better, you typically are going to win ball games and do it comfortably.
And the Clippers call time here. They're in front by 18. 1:06 left to play in the final quarter. Big group substitution here for the Clippers. DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Lopez. Randolph comes in for Williams. Lou Williams is checked in for Barnes. And it's Jimmy Fredette in for Jamal Crawford. And a new group in here for the Thunder. Daniel Orton, he's checked in for Ibaka. Jones comes in for Kevin Durant. DeAndre Liggins, he's checked in for Kevin Martin. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Russell Westbrook. And the Clippers call time here. They're ahead by 18. 1:06 left in the fourth quarter. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Jimmer Fredette. And so here are the Clippers. 18 points separating the teams. That's the biggest lead of the game. Crawford, no luck. The Thunder have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. Off his leg, and it's being called a kickball. Lamb sets a screen for Jackson. Here's Jones. The Clippers grab the miss.
Great close out there, forcing the errant shot.
Well, he made it a tough shot again. He didn't give up on it, and he got a hand up.
He feeds it to Crawford. Shoots the three. Good, and Paul gets the assist. And that's now 37 points for Crawford.
I think we can chalk this one up. The goal now is just to run some time.
Yeah, I think it's time to get the bus started now, boys.
Orton kicks to Lamb. Over Paul. Offensive rebound. Liggins drops in the layup for two.
And hard work on the boards, guys, leading to that putback.
Now the Clippers with it. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Paul kicks to Williams. So the Clippers winning this one easily. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Holland saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Jamal Crawford.